Blog Talk Radio.
Gentlemen, welcome to the realm of the truly bizarre.
A guy in this town has got one 12 inches long. If you like one that size, something must be wrong. That's too much weenie for a bun to take, and you're bound to end up with the bellyache. Ha!
Hello, Queen. I'm the cute one.
Yeah. What's getting naked?
My, it's a big one.
What's going on in there?
Let's just say I take up a lot of cyberspace.
Good evening and happy Halloween, all you ghouls and ghosties out there. This is Blog Talk Radio. This is Wolf Bytes. And tonight we're talking about fursuiting. Daniel doesn't seem to have gotten home from work yet, so I am currently the only one in here. I'm really hoping to get some fursuiters to call in so that we might actually have some discussion in here, some things to talk about. Right now, because I'm not a suitor. I personally am not a fursuiter. I have my ideas about suiting, but they're mine, and I don't want to just be my ideas alone. I like to have balanced view. So any fursuiters that might be listening, please give us a call, 347-945-7065. Give us a call and let's get some discussion going here about fursuiting. A lot of people, okay, I'll give you some of my opinions on it. There are some, I guess you'd call them purists out there that take fursuiting extremely seriously, and to them, it's not fursuiting unless it is a full suit. Well, I'll tell you, those suits are expensive. Just a good head alone will run you around $500 and up. You can get cheaper ones, yes, but they don't always look as good. Full suits, especially if they're body-fitting suits, they are rather expensive. There's a lot involved in it. So there's just so much money that goes into it, so much time as well. But in my opinion, you do not have to have a full suit to be a suitor. If you just have a pair of ears, okay, that's a start, you're a suitor. If you just have a tail or a pair of gloves, like paw-like gloves, you're wearing a fursuit, even if it's just a partial fursuit. I mean, most suitors consider a partial if you just have a head and a pair of gloves and a tail. That's also considered a partial. But to me, a partial fursuit is anything. Any part of the makeup of any component constitutes a partial suit. Good evening.
Hello, Dallas.
So, I know you're new to the fandom and everything, David. So, what do you think about suiting and fursuits and such?
When I think about fursuiting and fursuits, well, I'm sort of like you said, I'm new to it, and I've owned a pair of ears, but I couldn't keep it for long due because of certain things.
Well, so you still had, as far as I'm concerned, you had a partial fursuit.
Exactly.
Would fursuiting be something you would want to get into?
Maybe. It just depends upon my financial stability right now. And unfortunately, as you know, and as Daniel knows, and as a few people know, that I'm broke.
Well, there's the story of all of our lives, even those of us that are working and have jobs. It's good grief. But yeah, and like I was saying, fursuits are very expensive. Just a good head alone will run you $500 or more.
I was talking to a friend online before I was knocked off by some idiot, and I think I know who it was, but I digress. He was going to get a full suit for $2,000.
That sounds about right. Who was he getting it from? I've forgotten his name. I think I have it on one of my lists that I had saved due to some idiot deciding to be very vindictive and very mean to me and my profiles. Okay, but you don't remember which suit manufacturer he was getting it from?
Oh, I don't know. He said he was going to have someone do it for him, someone else, not a specific company, just to have someone sew one up for him.
Okay, yeah, that good grief. Just having a private party and not one of the suit makers make it for him. 2,000 seems a bit high. I mean, I know you can get away doing it a lot cheaper if you do all the construction and stuff yourself, which is great if you're good with a sewing machine and with foam rubbers and stuff. You know, the heavy foams that they use for like couch cushions and stuff like that. That's what a lot of heads and everything are molded out of. But if you're good with sculpting and that stuff and good with a sewing machine, yeah, you can get away with making your own fursuit pretty cheaply.
Where's old Daniel tonight? Is he not on tonight, or is he just?
I'm guessing he hasn't gotten home from work yet, with it being Halloween and stuff.
Okay.
So come on, anybody out there that's a fursuiter listening, give us a call. 347-945-7065.
All right.
We want to hear from you.
I can't stay long because I've been trying to get a hold of somebody and getting some answers from this person.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a little short on time.
Understandable. If we don't get some callers calling in, this may end up being a shorter than usual show.
Well, I'm going to make sure the next time I call, I'm going to be on before the show starts, because I'd like to talk with you privately. I've tried calling your number, and it seems like you've changed your number.
Well, yeah, this isn't the forum to be talking about that stuff right now. So, but anyways, some of my, I know quite, or at least I did know quite a few fursuit makers, people that make the suits for people, and I think probably one of my favorites. It really depends on whether you're wanting a cartoonish look or if you're wanting something more realistic looking as to who you go to. As far as cartoonish looking goes, probably one of my favorites is a couple that goes by the name of Mixed Candy that does suits. And I think they're in Florida, I'm not real certain. But they do some beautiful work, and yes, it can be a bit expensive.
Well, I've never really looked into it. I might look into it just in case something happens. I'm not expecting anything anytime soon, but when I know one day the inevitable will happen with someone specific that I know, and I might be coming into some money, but I don't know how long that will last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really need to make it last as long as you can.
Yep.
I've known a few people that have made their own suits. I know one person here in Madison County that makes her own suits and costumes and stuff. And they're okay for somebody who's not a professional suit maker. They're not that bad. Some of them actually look pretty good. I mean, she's given me one before, but the problem was that I couldn't even get my head into the character's head. It was so small.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is getting everything sized properly. Like for a form-fitting fursuit that fits to your body, you need to do what's called a body cast, which is you put on a pair of cheap sweatpants and a sweatshirt that you don't mind giving up, and you wrap your body and everything in duct tape, several layers of duct tape. So I'm serious, so that it makes it very, very stiff. No, it makes it very rigid. You're literally making a body cast out of duct tape.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And then you very carefully cut the person out of the duct tape, and then you mail this cast to the suit maker, who then puts the pieces back together so that they basically have what used to be called like a dress mannequin for making the suit, to make sure that all the parts are the right size for you. And it can be very, very time consuming. And very, very fun too.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I have seen pictures of certain ones that have certain parts of the body fitted like, please excuse my language here, but a sheath.
Okay, you're talking about what's commonly referred to as a mersuit.
Okay.
And you can usually tell the furries that have mersuits because they generally are the ones wearing pants or shorts or something. Most of your fursuiters don't wear clothing over their fursuits unless it's a mersuit, because then they have to have the clothing to cover up the openings and stuff and the bits.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that anything against those kinds of people that build a mersuits. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just whatever they feel like they want to do, it's theirs. But to me, I think that goes a little too far.
Those are also the ones that are into the fetish side of things, where they're wanting it or fetish play, and they're wanting to have sex while wearing the suits. And
I understand. You don't have to explain it. I already know, and
luckily
avoid that.
Luckily, those individuals are a small minority of the fursuiter population. In fact, they're even small because of that. They're even a smaller minority of the furry population, because not all furs are into it for the sex. A lot of us are in the furry for the artwork, not the sexual artwork either. Although there is, can't spit without hitting any of that. We're into it for the camaraderie, for the friendships. There's various different reasons why people get into the fandom. Maybe they've been turned away by other fandoms or shunned by others, and they find an accepting group in the fandom, because we have all kinds. And you just have, like with any fandom, you've got your subgroups and your ones that are in it just for the fetish of it.
Yeah. That's what I try to avoid.
Yeah, I try to avoid that side too. But like I said, sometimes you can't spit without hitting one, especially if you're at a convention like Anthrocon, which is the world's largest furry convention.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like, you got to go to FurCon, you got to go to Anthrocon.
I have a minute left.
I'm like, no, I have absolutely no desire to go to Anthrocon. It is way too big. So.
Yeah, I've got to go. I've got one. I've run out of minutes.
Okay. Well, thank you for spending your last few minutes of airtime with me, and putting your 2 cents in.
It's no problem. I still care about you, buddy.
All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye. So, anybody else want to call and add in to the discussion? There's plenty of discussion to go around. If you want to talk about your favorite suitors or favorite fursuiters, or your favorite fursuits, or your favorite fursuit manufacturers, come on, give us a call. It's area code 347-945-7065. Give us a yell. We would love to hear from you. In the meantime, hopefully Daniel will pop in here in the next 15 minutes and give his 2 cents as well. In the meantime, we'll just want to remind everybody that our first question and answer show is coming up in December. December 12th will be our first Q&A show. So you need to get those questions submitted to us soon, within the next few weeks, so we have time to formulate our answers. You can send those questions to us by emailing them to wolf.bytes2014@gmail.com. That's wolf.bytes, B-Y-T-E-S, 2014@gmail.com. And when you send those questions in, don't forget to say on there which one of us you're addressing the question to, whether you're asking me, Dallas, or Daniel, or if you're asking David. Just be sure to, or even one of our other regular panelists, Donovan. If you want to ask Donovan a question, go for it. Send us in those questions. We want to hear from you. Be sure to like us. We've got several different ways that you can stay in contact with us here on Blog Talk Radio. Just follow the show, and you'll get notifications about upcoming shows and stuff. We've got a Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/w.bytes, B-Y-T-E-S. We have a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/user/wolfbytes2014. We got the email. We got a Google Plus account, which you can access by going to tinyurl, it's tinyurl.com/wolfbytes. You can follow us on Twitter at wolfbytes2014. I need to add it on here. I don't have it listed on here, but we have a Facebook page now even. Let's see, what is that? Here we go. Which is facebook.com/WBpodcast2014. Like us on Facebook there. Plenty of ways for you to stay in touch, to keep up with us, to be involved with the show even, to interact with us, and as well as other listeners. Get in with us, talk with us, let us know what you're thinking. If you have any ideas for future shows that you'd like for us to do, let us know. We're always open to suggestions. So, okay, come on. Oh, people, you know how much I hate rambling on by myself, especially when I've got 10 more minutes left to go in the show. So come on, please, 347-945-7065. Heck, I'd even take a troll right now just to give me somebody else to talk to. Oh, come on. Let's see. Our YouTube channel. We're starting to do video shows on there as well as just this weekly call-in show. We'll also be doing random video clips to in there, both individual as well as a new one that we've done once so far, and that is dinner conversations. And that's something that I would like to do. I'll have different conversations with different people over a meal. Not just me talking to them, but even get Daniel talking to people and stuff as well. David would more than likely not be involved with that just because he doesn't live nearby to where it would be easy for him to be involved in that project. And I'm sorry about that, but it's just the constraints of where we live. And with a call-in show, distance isn't an issue. I mean, Donovan calls in; he's calling in from Texas, so distance isn't an issue for this show. But for video things, distance can be a big issue. So, all right. Well, it don't look like Daniel's going to make it home from work in time to get in here, so I think I may just call this show done and just make it an early night tonight. So, anyways, next week, let's see. Next week's topic is Filk. For those of you that don't know what Filk is basically the science fiction fantasy genre is the only genre that has its own form of music, and it's called Filk. And I will go into the history of Filk as well as highlight some different Filkers and different Filking styles. I might even, if possible, if he's available, get a Filker or two to call in. That would be fun. Maybe get them to do a live number for us. So be looking forward to that one, and and once again, you may actually learn something about Filking and this genre of music. Until next week then, 10:30 next Friday night, this is Dallas Vinson signing off for Wolf Bytes.